Here we go again, back with more Pro Cycling Manager 2015 and the Africa Tour. My name is Jan and this is the final race of the season. We're not going to get promoted, sadly enough, because we didn't race enough races, so we got overtaken. But this is our final sponsor objective. It's actually a pretty important one as well. It's the Abu Dhabi Tour. There's only one stage I'm going to be driving, it's stage 3. We need to finish first overall, so I have mine is luckily enough in perfect shape right now. 77, fitness is on top. Going to simply through the first 2 stages, and I'll see you at the start of stage 3. Okay, so here's the stage 3 profile. It's a pretty short stage, but it ends in a pretty, I would say this is a mountain stage more than a hill stage. And looking at the favorites list here, it is the hills that's the counting. I am first on the leaderboard here on the favorites. Michael Nieve, Barcaland and Geschke with the same hills as me. I have the advantage in mountain stats because it's a bit of a longer climb. Hopefully that'll come good for me at the end, and I can take the victory in the final race of the season. Let's get into the race. Okay, last 20 kilometers or so right now. There's no one in the breakaway right at this moment. We have Maintis and Teclamino protected by Bernier and Kudos here. Putting Teclamino, who's in great shape as well right now, as he's looking better right now than Maintis is. I'll put him on Maintis at the end, and hopefully he can take it over from there. And yeah, go the rest of the way to the finish line. You see there's a lot of side wind right now, meaning that I'm actually looking quite good at the positions I'm sitting in here. Barcaland is here as well, but a lot of the other riders here are not that strong. So hopefully it'll come into my advantage near the end of the race here. That roundabout here, that's a really narrow roundabout. Okay, but these 4 riders here, I think we can just auto them. Should I just, I'm going to save what's it called, Kudos and behind it for a little while longer here. Might as well just use all in here. There's of course sprint for the point sprint, the 2 sprinters left. The yellow jersey, I don't think they'll make it a long way after climb. After even sprinting there, that's just cost you even more energy. So about a kilometer from now on, so it's like 11.5 kilometer climb this year. Here it goes. Maintis will set Kudos and Berhane to auto. Just simulate a bit further. Take Lamino on Maintis here. And let's try and put it on around 80 here, just to create some chaos on the beginning of the climb here. Might not be that great of idea for me, but hopefully it'll work. Kreda, I'm thinking they're riding for Peter Wening here. I think that he was the captain. He's sitting down here around 74 in hill. Kenny always here, Barcaland, Kreda, Kajenka, Bob Jungus. Teklamno is strong. He can sit up there for just almost as long of a time as everybody else can. So I've gotten away now solo with 2 riders here. Let's see, I think Barcaland should be the one, at least his teammates. And who started 77? There's like 3 77 riders. Geschke, of course, is one of them. Pataski 76. There he is, Michael Nieve, of course, from Sky. So that's why Kienga is sitting up front. He's riding for Michael Nieve, probably. I don't know what their plan is. Okay, Gauchier for me to try as attacking. Barcaland still not moving from down there. As long as I win this one, I think I get bonus seconds enough to take the victory overall here. Unless some of the other riders here somehow have gotten bonus seconds at a prior stage. I think it's just a win. I don't need to get a time gap. So I'm still a bit worried about dying out here. Gauchier slowly getting up to me, I think. Still 5 kilometers. Otherwise, I can always just cheese it tomorrow and attack from like just before the point sprint and get bonus seconds that way. Or if there is bonus points for the sprint. My webcam died out once again. I'll just reset it quickly here. There we go. Always happens at the most when I'm recording. It's so stupid. Oh well. Can't do too much about that. Okay, I think Teclamino is done for now. Gauchier seems strong still. Nieve, Barcaland, Jungus, Peter Wening is sitting down here. Geschke as well. Okay, Gauchier stopped with Maintis. That's good for me. because that gives me a bit further of a gap. I know I have out of my yellow energy bar now, but energy meter, that's what it's called. Completely fumbling around today. But just sticking here right now with Teklamino. I'm in the final kilometer now. Might as well just use my red bar here in the final kilometer as well. Teklamino on the wheel of Gauthier. Darkerlands and Nieve are the only 2 riders coming up, but I will take the victory here. I feel like I rode that climb pretty well. Gauthier takes 2nd, Teklamino takes 3rd, Darkerlands takes 4th, so it ended up being a duel between Africa Cycling and Etoile Mondial. As it's been so many times this season, I feel like they've been the team that screwed me out of the most points this season. If it weren't for them and their riders, I would have done so much better this season, but I've still done a great season. My sponsor was really happy, and I'm probably going to win this tour. I'll simulate through the final stage, and we'll see if I'm right about it. A final short stage here, let's simulate through it and see if we're winning overall. This is just a flat sprint stage, only 120 kilometers long. We're of course far ahead of most riders. We get an achievement from it as well actually. Trigger ended up winning it. Of course we didn't have any riders here, but we most likely ended in the front group, and that gives us the final result. 2 guys in the top 3, both Maintes and Teklamino. So great job from our 2 riders. Teklamino wasn't even a top 10 favorite, but he was in +5 condition yesterday, and he was just in perfect shape as well leading up to the race. So yeah, that gives us a pretty nice victory here. Of course we didn't get promoted. This is the end of season. I'll just simulate I think it's the 20th or 25th. Oh, there's Worlds. Okay, they have actually moved Worlds. I'm not going to do Worlds. Just go to simulate past them, and we'll take a look at the end of the season standings. I think they should be a lot more different than usual, because this is a new database, so I'm really excited to see if there's any surprises at all. Okay, it's the first of them right now. I just simulated a bit further than normal just to see what my finances are looking like, because my balance, as you can see, was pretty low, 50,000. But luckily enough, I got a big sponsor increase because of my sponsor confidence being so high. So I'm gone from 109,000 euros a month to 185,000 euros a month. Which is a big increase, meaning that I now spend, I think, how much did I spend? 30,000. I think I'm spending like 190,000 a month or so. 165 for that, 175, 185. It seems like it's like 100 euros more than I earn. So this is looking really good, because this means I can actually survive through. You can see I actually went up in money because I won the Abu Dhabi tour. That's the only reason why. But I was really worried about not having enough money. This means that I can actually survive the next season. I got some sponsors as well who will give me money at January. So let's take a look at the results this season right now, because that's probably more exciting. I tried to get youth development, but I missed out. I just clicked continue, so I'm stuck with this stupid 10 squad from one region in South Africa, which is not good at all. Because yeah, of course I'll get new riders. I think my squad has changed as well right now. So have we got some new riders here? We've got some of the young riders joining here. Van Niekerk, Metkel Ayob, and some other riders here who hopefully will get some race times. I have to be better at entering more races as well, because most of my riders were really unsatisfied at the end of last season, because you can see satisfaction here. There's a lot of annoyed and unhappy riders on my team. Very few riders were satisfied, so we need to get some more race days in them, because they were not happy at all about the race calendar I made last year. Results wise, we ended up not getting promoted. We finished 3rd. Here you can see just behind Vincent Gobert and Frances Ducheux, 300 points. We were actually heading into September, but in September and October in total we only entered 2 races, the Tour of Alberta and the Abu Dhabi Tour. So that's why we ended up losing a lot of points in that time. I of course couldn't change the schedule at that point, otherwise I would have, but I didn't really realize before too late that we actually had a chance to get promoted to the World Tour. Victory wise, we ended up 15 victories. I'm pretty sure most of them came to Maintes and Impi. Would be very surprised otherwise. Maintes with 10, Impi probably with like 3 or 4. Impi with 4, and then there's probably one rider with 1 victory. Let's see if we can find who it was, because I, for the love of me, can't remember. It was Reinhard Janssen van Rensburg, who is the sprinter of the 2 of them. Of course, I found out that actually not brothers, they just have the same name, so that surprised me a bit. Archives, Tour de France was won by Chris Froome. ahead of TJ Van Garderen actually. Romain Bardet in 3rd, Dumoulin in 4th. Contador all the way down in 8th, Nibali all the way down in 10th, and Quintana all the way down in 5th. That's a pretty surprising too. If that turns out that way this year, I think a lot of people will be very surprised. Giro d'Italia was won by Fabio Aru. Probably won't happen this year because he's not racing that. Maika in 2nd, that could happen. That's not Uran in 4th, Bosulu in 5th. It's not too unlikely either. Hesselin in 6th. If he decides to actually ride for the GC, that's not impossible at all. Same with Chavez and a lot of other riders here. Vuelta a España, of course, the last was also won by Froome, so he did a double this year with Rhodes in 3rd and Koenig in 6th. That's a pretty, and now in 10th, 4th, Sky Riders in top 10. Hoping that won't happen because that'll be pretty boring to see such a Sky dominated tour. Valverde and Moreno and Movistar and Castronevo. So 3 Movistar riders and 4 Sky riders in the top 10. That's the tour that will be dominated by 2 teams if Pro Cycling Manager is right. As for the week-long stage races, Rodriguez won in Australia, Galopin won Paris-Nice, Sanatico was won by Nibali in front of Contador, and Froome down 6th here. Catalunya won by Contador ahead of 2 Astana riders, just like the Giro last year. País Vasco was won by Van Garderen ahead of Contador. That's pretty surprising. Romandie by Nibali, Dauphiné by Contador, and to the Swiss by Quintana. Double Movistar victory here. Polonia by Castronevo. He's apparently done really well this year. 79 time trial, 76 mountain, 73 hills. Pretty surprising to see him winning a stage race overall, and also what's it called, with ending top 10 in Vuelta a España. But he's apparently had a good season. And finally, the Eneco Tour was won by Yves Lampaert. Monuments, I think that's here. Yeah, Greipel winning Milan-San Remo. Double German podium, 4 German riders in top 4, 3 German riders in the top 4 here. Christoph just narrowing it in between. Honda van Vlaanderen was won by Cancellara ahead of Van Marke, so he ended up winning, I think, what's that, his 3rd or 4th Honda van Vlaanderen. Roubaix was won by Van Avermaet finally, and Lisbon Liège was won by Dan Martin. I think that's his 2nd Liège victory. Giro d'Italia at the end of the season here was won by Kwiatkowski ahead of Dumoulin actually. Pretty surprising to see Dumoulin here. I'm not going to go through all of these, as it isn't that exciting. Star of the year was Chris Froome, of course, winning 2 Grand Tours. TINKOFF finishing 10th in the World Tour rankings, ended up in 2nd. I don't know which of these he's won, but apparently a lot. And Fabio Aru winning the Giro d'Italia, finishing 3rd. I think that should be it. Oh, finally, of course, the transfers. Who's changed teams? Of course, we can't really see here, but we can see my team's contracts here. And yeah, it's a pretty weak team still. Mine's, of course, still only 24, so you can improve a bit more. But not that likely, I would say. Average here, Kiel stays at Quickstep, Nibali stays, at Astana Contador stays. I like the fact that there's a lot of riders staying because that didn't happen in previous games. Dan Martin and Alaphilippe couldn't get along, so Alaphilippe has changed team as the first rider here to Étoile La Mondiale. So they will keep on annoying me in the Puncher Classics, where I actually usually do well. They'll still be there. Valverde stays. Google, that must be BMC who's changed the team to Google. Pretty fun. Dion Thomas to Quickstep, so they'll up their all-round game, because Dion Thomas can do everything right now. Can do Copper Classic, can do mountains, he can do hills, he can do time trials. He's a pretty OP rider in this game because he'll do everything for you. But did to Sky on the other hand, so another helper for Froome. Froome also stays in Sky. I don't understand Froome. How is he only at 78 overall? He has 83 mountains, 77 hills, 77 time trial. Nibali 82 mountains, 79 hills, 76 time trial. It's because Froome's downhill stats and sprint stats and stamina restitution and recovery stats are really, really low compared to the other DC riders. Which is why his mountain stats is better than every one of them, apart from maybe Quintana, but he's way underrated in this game. At least his average overall stat is. But as long as he wins 2 Grand Tours a year, I don't think he cares too much about that. Kantas, what team is Kantas? Terpstra. Is that Vantico Gobert or something like that? I don't know. But he's moving there at least. So yeah, changing places with. But Dion Thomas will take his place at the Quickstep Classics team. Boom moves back to Europe from Astana, Navdauskas to Dimension Data. Where is an African cycling team? Oh, there isn't, because we didn't sign any riders apart from our own riders here. They all luckily enough decided to stay with us. Hopefully this next season here we'll see some under 23 riders coming through, or we'll just find some riders luckily enough from somewhere. But I think that's it for this video. If you guys enjoyed it, please remember to leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time for season 2 of the Africa Challenge. Goodbye.